Yo, what is up? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another edition of our watch along video. As always, this is the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel, and we're here to cover the game between Fulham and Manchester City. And we're also gonna keep tabs on the other games that will be taking place today. The other game kicking off at the exact same time. We're going to have Bournemouth versus Everton. And later on at 23:15 o'clock Kenyan time, we're going to have the game between Newcastle and Tottenham Hotspur. Anyway, welcome guys to the channel. As always, smash the like video if it's your first time here on the channel, and of course subscribe to the channel if it's your first time coming across this channel, Vinskey Valor. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for more of such content. And as always, if you are a returning subscriber, support the channel by liking the video. So yeah, pretty much both teams are out. Both team sheets are out for Fulham. Fulham, as always, Fulham are buoyed by a very impressive victory over Tottenham last time out. In fact, they've actually been on a 3-game winning run dating back to, I think, was it before the international break. In fact, Fulham had actually gone the entire season without an away victory, and they managed to get one last week, rather this past Saturday against Tottenham Hotspur. It was a very impressive victory for them. And for the two teams, for Fulham, going to have Leno in goal, Kenny Tete, Anderson, Basi, and Sesenyo as the defensive unit. Then of course in midfield we're going to have Lukic and Sunday Badge, the two anchors. They people normally pull the strings for Fulham in the middle of the park. And then of course just ahead of them going to have Smith Rowe, the former Arsenal guy. And then Harry Wilson on the right. Yes, Harry Wilson actually scored a very impressive goal against Tottenham Hotspur. And of course he will be on the left, and of course man like Raul Jimenez, the Mexican, up front. For Man City actually come into this game not on the best run of fixtures. Or they have not really been playing that well, because in their last outing against Leeds, they were actually lucky. They both Leeds for the entire first half, raced into a 2-goal lead. Then all of a sudden, it fell apart in the second half. Leeds pegged them back to 2-2. They actually needed a last-minute goal from Phil Foden to secure the victory over a team that was just promoted this season. So Man City looked shaky on that day, especially in the second half. Let's just hope that they can have more of the same in first half performance in this game, because they also have a very impressive record at Fulham. In fact, Fulham have actually won 1 out of the last 21 meetings between Man City. So this is normally a very happy hunting ground for Pep and his men. And of course, the team that he has picked out to see whether they can continue that run, gonna have Donnarumma in goal, Mateus Nunes, Diaz, Vardiel, and O'Reilly as the defensive unit. In midfield, we're gonna have Nico Gonzalez and Reinders as the two anchors. And then of course Bernardo Silva just ahead of them was placed as the 10, and then Foden on the right, Doku on the left, and of course their cyborg, their main man, Erling Haaland as the lone striker. So anyway, game is just about to start. Both teams have already made their way onto the pitch, so we're just about to start this game. Let me also just inform you of the other lineups of the games taking place. Like I said earlier, having the game also between Bournemouth and Everton. So Bournemouth, their team comprises of Petrovic in goal, Jimenez, Milenkovic. Sorry, that's not Milenkovic. That is Milosajevic, Diakite and Trafford in defense, Alex Scott and Tyler Adams in midfield, Adley, Clivert and Semenyo as the forwards, and then of course Krupi as the center striker for Bournemouth. For Everton, we're gonna have Pickford in goal, James Garner, O'Brien, Tarkowski and Mikolenko, Igoboram and Drewsby Hall as the 2, 6 and 8. Then of course Ndaye, Alcaraz and Grealish as the advanced midfielders, and of course Tyler Barry as the lone striker. Yes, can clearly see Nathaniel Bassey saying his last prayers, man. Yeah, this guy's a serious believer. Yeah, because he loves his maker, man, and he loves to at least get a prayer out before any game. So anyway, guys, do make sure that you're also dropping your predictions in the chat. Let us know whom you think is gonna carry the day. If it's Man City, you are gonna win today. If you fancy Fulham, also for the other games that will be taking place later. If you fancy the other teams, do let us know whom you think is gonna carry the day today. So Man City today in their all change strips of all black from head to toe, while Fulham play, of course, in their traditional kits of white t-shirts and black shorts, while Man City, as I said, I'm surprised Man City are actually playing with an all-black jersey. I expect them maybe to play with the sky blue, the famous sky blue, or maybe pinkish jerseys, but okay. Yeah, Fulham also playing with an all-white jersey, so at least it's quite different. I thought that maybe the Fulham shorts were white, were black. Anyway, game is underway. Game is underway. So Fulham have kicked us off. They have gone long. Sorry, it was City who kicked us off. It's picked up by Anderson. Tries to find Raul. Well defended by Ruben Diaz. Thrown back into Vardiol, back to Diaz. Diaz is supposed to play all the way back to Donnarumma. Yeah, so at least Man City with their victory against Leeds over the weekend, they closed the gap to Arsenal to 2 points. So they're like 5 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal still leading the way in the Premier League table. Yeah, managed to avoid defeat against Chelsea. It was a very impressive performance by Chelsea on that day, or actually it was on Sunday. Chelsea were all over Arsenal right from the start to the finish. And Chelsea being reduced to 10 men did not even in any way deter uh, their performance. So yeah, so City were able to capitalize, at least they're able to close the gap. So gap between first and second place is 5 points. So City will be hoping that maybe they can close the gap to 2 points, because Arsenal do play tomorrow against Brentford at the Emirates. So right now, during this festive period, it's clutch, man. In fact, the points that teams pick up right now are very, very crucial, because you're gonna have maybe a run of like 7 to 8 games in a space of a month, as opposed to in other months where you only play like a maximum of 4 games. In the month of December, you're expecting a number of so many games. So anyway, we're gonna see how. Of course, you're gonna be here to cover all the action for all the games that are gonna be happening over the Christmas period and all the days leading up to that festive period as well. So this is Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, yeah, Man City already with over 50% win probability, while Fulham 26% with a draw, being coming in at 23%. Fulham actually have an odd of 26% winning this game. Anyway, guys, do make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. As always, it's your first time here on the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel. Make sure you're liking the video and subscribing to the channel. So I'll also keep you updated on the other scores that do take place across the other grounds as soon as we are done with this game, because this game is gonna be done right around midnight. We're gonna immediately switch over to the Newcastle Tottenham game. That's also a big game that we need to cover as well, because it might be the end for Thomas Frank at Tottenham, because he's been on a very poor run of late. In fact, I don't know. There was actually a high expectation that he was gonna turn things around for Tottenham, but he's been unable to. It seems the jump from Brentford to Tottenham has not been a smooth transition for Thomas Frank. So who knows? Maybe the game that is gonna be starting later on, their game against Newcastle. Maybe it might be last straw. It might be his last straw for the club, but we will see. We will see how they perform on that particular day. But actually, Tottenham have had a very impressive away record. So, in fact, they sit second in the league. Actually, you are just looking at their away record, they're actually second on the table. But as far as home record is concerned, they're actually in the bottom three. So it's quite funny. Away from home, they're very superb, but somehow at home, they simply just cannot get things going. But anyway, we're gonna cover that game later on. So let's just go back to our featured game. Yes, so Man City, of course, the game has basically gone to the pattern that we expected, where City keep the ball as always. This is Foden, this is Doku, the shot blocked by Anderson, cleared by Basi. As far as Nico Gonzalez, picked up by O'Reilly, this is Vardiol into Nico into, this is Bernardo Silva, Mateus Nunes. Yeah, Fulham are just happy to sit back and soak up the pressure, but at least they are currently just pushing Man City a little bit back into their defensive half. So, but anyway, always expect for City games, you expect them to possess the ball and keep it for long periods. This is Nunes, Foden through the gap. This is Haaland. Hits the post, man. Yeah. That was a big chance for City, and it goes by without hurting Fulham at all. Man, what a wonderful pass from Foden. Come on, Haaland, surely. Should be barring that chance. Haaland is still stuck on 99 league goals for Man City. In fact, if you guys have ever noticed something, especially now, of other players or strikers in the past, whenever they get to the juncture of a particular milestone, they actually take a bit of time before they actually get over the milestone. Remember, for Salah, he'd actually gone for, was it a number of games? Was it 4 or 5 games last season? Was it last season or the season before? Yeah, because he was chasing his 150th goal for Liverpool. Was it the 175th goal? And you could see that at some point it normally gets inside their heads, the man. Because that milestone goal is sometimes difficult to arrive. In fact, for Haaland, yes, like I said, he's been stuck on 99 goals. When was the last time Haaland scored? Let me check. When did he last score for City? Let me check. Haaland. Let me just check when he last scored for City. Because it's been a bit of time, I think it's been 2 or 3 games, Because you know that, of course, the cyborg himself is the main man for City. In fact, many people say that City's title hopes just purely rest on Haaland, because it'll all come down to whether Haaland is going to perform for them or not. In fact, they also say that unless other teams pick up, other teammates pick up the pattern and also do their part, might be very, very hard for City to maintain a title challenge, because you only depend on one guy to score from them. Anyway, let me check. When was the last time Haaland scored a goal for City? Is Bernardo Silva into Foden? Wonderful pass. Taken down by Foden, but unable to control it. Oh, Harry Wilson on the attack for Fulham, being chased down by Vardiol. Oh, Smith Rowe! Nice defending from Ruben Diaz. Yeah, you can clearly see that Fulham will just be looking to play on the counter. Yeah, don't really expect them to go toe-to-toe with City, because based on individuals, City have got way better individuals, but that's no slug on Fulham, but it's just that the reality. So see, when did he last score? Yeah, so for Haaland, his last goal was against Liverpool. Yeah, so it's actually right. It was actually over 3 games ago. In fact, on the 9th of November, that was his last goal. That was actually his 99th goal for Manchester City in the Premier League. So he's chasing that century of goals for Man City, an elite club that not many strikers have gotten over. In fact, yeah. In fact, I think he'll be this number 25 or number 30 on the list because over the years, number of players have gotten to 100 Premier League goals for their clubs. Yeah. So let us hope that he'll be able to cross over the threshold as well, because I'm sure he'll be actually looking to chase down Alan Shearer's record. Turned over by Nico Jimenez. Was he fouled? Yep, Jimenez was fouled by Vardiol. So that's going to be a free kick for Fulham. Yeah, Nico Gonzalez turned over the ball, man. Actually, it was Foden's bad pass, and then he just put Nico Gonzalez under pressure. So anyway, I've not even checked both benches. Let me see whether I can get a look at both benches, whom these teams can bring on in case things do not work out. So let me just check who's on the bench for either side. Anyway, let's see this free kick first to be taken by Lukic. Oh man, just gives the ball away, man. Then Doku with the opportunity of launching a counter, but just had to pull back Wilson. That's gonna be a yellow card for him. He's actually lucky to escape without a yellow card. I don't know why he did that, I don't know why he did that, but okay. It was actually a very, very soft foul to give away. Anyway, so on the bench for Fulham, have Tom Kenny, Timothy Castana, Chukwueza, Quenza, Kevin, Josh, Josh King, Kusi, Harrison Reed, and whose name was this guy? Lecomte. Yeah, the goalkeeper. For City, have at Nori on the bench. Nathan Ake, Ryan Chaki, Kusanov, Rico Lewis, Marmoush, Savinho, Stones, and Trafford. The only two unavailable players for City are Kovacic and Rodri. And for Fulham, the only two unavailable players as well are Rodrigo Muniz and Anthony Robinson. Anthony Robinson, the club captain. Yeah, Rodrigo Muniz was their dependable striker, but unfortunately he got a hamstring injury a few game weeks back, and I don't know how long he's gonna be out for. Maybe is it 2 weeks? Will he be out till January? Let's check. Bernard Ledno, the hoofball forward, to no one in particular. Victor Baiwobi, Basi into Anderson, into Kenny Tete. Kenny Tete about to be closed down. Back with Bernard Leno. Hey, Lukic, you're lucky, man. Sorry, that was not Lukic. That was Sunday Badge. Almost lost the ball there. Victor by Iwobi. Iwobi plays it back to Anderson. Now Lukic, then Kenny Tete. Yeah, this Fulham team are no slouch. In fact, seems that they may have settled well into this game. Now they can go on the attack. But of course, the onus is on City to break them down. So, anyway, it's picked up by Sesenyo. There's a 1-2 with Basi. This is now Sunday Badge. Basi, Anderson. Anderson into Tete. All the way back to Bernard Leno. Bernard Leno into Anderson. Turned over by Lukic. Bernardo Silva unable to spread the ball ahead to Haaland is now picked up by Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe crossing the halfway line. Smith Rowe into Iwobi. Come on, give him a much better pass. Come on. At least give your teammate a much better pass, man. How do you expect him to get to such a ball and can clearly see he's not that fast? Iwobi to the box. All the way to Donnarumma. So Rodrigo Muniz is gonna be back in late February. In fact, he had a very, very nasty hamstring injury. I remember, yeah, had a very serious hamstring injury. He's gonna be out for a minimum period of around 3 months because he got injured in mid-November, and he's gonna be back based on the assessment maybe late February. So that means that Jimenez is gonna hold it down for Fulham as Rodrigo Muniz is on the treatment table. For Rodri is already back for City. It's just that he's unavailable for today's game based on him not having proper match fitness. So let's hope that he's gonna be back for City because City are in desperate need of a Rodri. Yes, because everything that City do in the recent history has just been through Rodri. So can clearly see how it all fell apart when he got injured last season. This is Mateus Nunes into Haaland, Doku, O'Reilly. O'Reilly should do a whole lot better with that chance. Come on, O'Reilly. Should do a whole lot better. Yeah. So Kovacic is also the other player that is unavailable for City. Is gonna be back in early January. I can say that all teams are pretty much close to being fully on full strength again, and at least recovering from the injuries that they have had in the past. So anyway, guys, do make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If it's your first time here, do all that wonderful stuff. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you're a returning subscriber, support the channel by liking the video. Yeah. Always do that wonderful stuff whenever you come across this stream. We definitely value your support. Do not take it for granted in any way. This is Vardiol. This is Nico Gonzalez. All the way to the far side towards Mateus Nunes. Back with Diaz. Foden. Back with Nico Gonzalez. Into Foden. To Mateus Nunes. Yeah, blocked shot. Cleared by Sesenyo. Picked up by Diaz. Is now with Foden. This is Diaz. To Mateus Nunes. Bad cross, man. It's actually floating that cross to who in particular, surely. Should do a whole lot better, Mateus Nunes. Don't just float that ball to the back post and can clearly see nobody was attacking that area. It was picked up by Doku. Haaland! Goal! Finally, it has arrived for Erling Haaland. Finally. I was just saying it a while back that Haaland had been stuck on 99 league goals. Now at least he's gotten his 100th goal for Manchester City. He's gotten to the century of goals for City, man. So Erling Haaland finally has gotten to the 100 league goal mark for his club. Or don't say for his new club, but that had been in club all through. So finally he breaks, whether he gets over the line. That record, man. Not many players have had the privilege of getting to 100 league goals. And for him, I think, how many games has he done it in? That like as 38. Maybe it could be in less than 120 or 125 games. And you see, getting to such a record is very, very impressive. Because I don't know how many games it's taken him to get to 100 league goals. I don't know whether the Is there any stat out there that informs us that Haaland has gotten to 100 league goals in how many games? Oh, yes. Fastest to 100 Premier League goals, 111. So, in 111 appearances in the league for Man City, Haaland has got 100 goals. That's an average of almost a goal a game. In fact, it's a serious record, man. In fact, I think it's a what? It's a score of 89%, man. You see, if it was 50%, okay, because 50% would mean that you have played 200 games, they've actually scored 100 goals, which is fair, which is what most strikers achieve, or maybe say maybe in 150 games, getting maybe to 100 goals. But for him to get to 100 league goals in 111 appearances, my goodness, that is beyond impressive, man. That is clutch levels, man. Yeah, so that's why I said that's actually a score of almost 90%, because 100 just need to do, because he's done it in what? Because Shearer had actually taken 123 games to get to 100 league goals, but Haaland has done it in with 12 games to spare. So it's impressive, guys. It's quite impressive. I do hope that he's gonna stay here long enough to break that record for Shearer. Remember that was it beginning of this year, Haaland had actually signed a 9-year extension to his contract. So he's going to be at City for at least the next decade, all the way to 2033, 2034. So maybe that will be enough time for him to get over the line, because if he keeps this record up, it means that in the next 100 games, he might actually be on 180 or 90 league goals, but the Premier League record is actually 260 goals, which is actually a lot, guys. 260 goals is quite a lot. In fact, Shearer is the overwhelming top scorer for any player to have played in the Premier League. He's the overwhelming top scorer, man. In fact, he's on 260 goals, followed by, is it Harry Kane? It's Harry Kane. Was it on 208 or 213? And then Wayne Rooney on, was it 207? Yeah, he's Haaland. Haaland versus Barsi. Haaland, yeah, waiting for support. Haaland. Nice play by Basi. Nice play. He tracked Haaland all the way. Yeah, this Basi is a good player. He's a good player. I like him. He's Iwobi, his countryman. Iwobi into the box. Cleared by Vardiol. Foul on Foden. So, let me check top scorers in the Premier League. Stats. Let me look at the stats. Statistics. Yeah, so yeah, for this season, Haaland is actually on 14 league goals. So just 3 ahead of Igor Thiago, the Brentford sensation, who was actually brought in this season. Many expected him to struggle, but at least managed to get double digits for his new club. So let me look at all-time stats as far as yes. So yeah, actually, it's not badly off. It's actually Shearer on 260, Harry Kane on 213, and then Wayne Rooney on 208, and then Mohamed Salah on 190. So let's do hope that Salah will be able to break through the 200 goal mark. Because based on the players that are currently in the top, is it the top 10? The top 10 of all-time Premier League leading goal scorers in the Premier League. Salah is the only one who is still active, either playing in the Premier League and also at the same time not retired, because the rest have actually retired. Harry Kane, yeah, he left, went to Bayern Munich when Rooney already retired, and so are the rest. Andy Cole, Sergio Aguero, Lampard, Henry, Paula, and Jermaine Defoe. So Salah is on 190 goals. Let us hope that he at least is gonna be able to get to the 200 goal mark. It'll be good for him to get. Honestly, I want him to get 200 league goals. If there's a player that has actually deserved it, it's him. And actually getting 200 league goals in the Premier League, and you're not really a striker. Salah is not really a striker. It's more of an inside forward. Quite impressive. This is Smith Rowe. What a save from Donnarumma. What a save, man. An even better pass from Iwobi. That is what you call a defense splitting pass. What a pass from Iwobi, man. He deserves a round of applause, man. What a pass from Iwobi. That piece of play was very, very impressive. Smith Rowe did the dummy on Diaz, shot the ball through his legs, but Donnarumma saw it, man. Wonderful reflexes from Donnarumma. Anyway, guys, make sure you're liking the video and subscribing to the channel as always. If it's your first time here on the channel, do make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you're gonna come across this stream after it has ended, make sure you support the channel by liking the video, and if you have not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Yes, so in the other game, I don't let me check the scores in the other game. Newcastle, other Bournemouth versus Everton, still at 0-0. Yeah, and of course, Newcastle Tottenham, as I said earlier, game is gonna be starting at 23:15, quarter past 11 p.m. at night. That is Kenyan time. Or if you prefer GMT, it's gonna be 20:15 GMT. Oh, what a nutmeg by Nico Gonzalez, man. Yeah, it was actually frustration by Fulham, because what a say! Just checking not really highlights, but a big chance for Bournemouth in their game against Everton. Yeah, Semenyo took the ball down, but he just shot it straight at Pickford. Is O'Reilly coming forward into Doku, pass it back to Vardiol. So this is Reinders, back to Bernardo Silva, back with Diaz into Doku on the far end. Doku with the shimmy, looking for Foden. All the way to the far side to Reinders. This is Mateus Nunes into Haaland. Headed wide, man. Headed wide. Anyway, guys, make sure that you guys are voting in the chat. If you think Man City are gonna carry the day, do vote for City. If you think it's gonna be a draw, also just cast your vote on chat as well. Actually, a corner. That should be a corner. Is it a corner? Yep, it's a corner. Because Haaland headed it against Anderson. So it's gonna be a corner for City to be taken by Reinders. Reinders is gonna take on set piece duty for City. Reinders into the box, into Doku on the far side. Doku plays it off Smith Rowe, but the ball runs out of play. So it's gonna be a throw-in for Manchester City. This is Mateus Nunes, led away by Sesenyor. Is Haaland. The ball was a bit a ping ball in the box, but at least it had been cleared by Fulham. Anderson unable to find Tete, so just kicks the ball straight out of play. Picked up by Doku. This is Nico Gonzalez to Vardiol. Foden. Come on, Foden. Control the ball, man. We're gonna keep the same energy, man. Go, go, go for City. Gonna keep the same energy. Go, go, go. We have to celebrate goals, man. Anyway, we shall see. We shall see whether Fulham are gonna get back into this or Man City are just gonna run away with it. Yeah, also keep you updated on the other game, Bournemouth versus Everton, that had kicked off right at the same time. That kicked off simultaneously with this one. So for today, we only have 3 games in the Premier League. Then tomorrow, we're gonna have 5 games. Actually, not 5 games. Actually, 6. So for tomorrow, we're gonna have 6 games. Gonna have Arsenal versus Brentford, Brighton versus Aston Villa, Burnley versus Crystal Palace, and Wolves versus Nottingham Forest. And then those games will be kicking off at 10:30 or rather 22:30 East African time. Or if you prefer GMT, it's gonna be 19:30 GMT. And then the other games be kicking off from half or the 11:15. That is game between Leeds and Chelsea. Then of course Liverpool versus Sunderland. So tomorrow's games are actually quite interesting. I'd like to see how Leeds play against Chelsea, and now Liverpool manage the threat of Sunderland. In fact, Sunderland have been on a mad run this season. High flying in the league right now. In fact, I think they have the best home record. I think they've only drawn one home game. They've won the rest. Let me see whether I can get those tables. Home versus away. So, I don't. Let me see whether I can get them. So, for as far as home record is concerned, oh, Sunderland, they've actually won 4 games at home and drawn 3. They're actually unbeaten at home. One a number of sides who are still unbeaten at home. As for their away record, where do they fall? They're actually in 11th place. Won 2, drawn 1, lost 3 away from home. But anyway, you don't really expect them to do much. They're actually a team that was just promoted this season. So, anyway, but they're doing the wonderful thing, man. They're doing a wonderful thing. Honestly, it's very impressive. Sunderland are playing very well this season. In fact, their last game against Bournemouth, they're actually down 2-0. But they managed to claw their way back and actually win that game 3-2. Bournemouth are clearly shell-shocked in that game. Bournemouth are dressed into a 2-goal lead rather, but oh, this is Lukic. Come on, Lukic, better pass. Picked up by Nico Gonzalez. Oh, it's now Jimenez, Lukic, Wilson. Come on, guys, coordinate. Yeah, I was saying Bournemouth had actually raced into a 2-goal lead, but they were unable to hold on to their lead. It was relentless pressing from Sunderland until eventually Bournemouth were cracked under the pressure. Anyway, guys, do make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It's gonna be a corner for Fulham. Yeah, Fulham lost the ball on the edge of the Man City 18-yard area. Man City tried to go on the counter. They gave it back to Fulham. Then from that, Fulham were able to force corner of Man City. So, corner to Fulham, to the box. Smith Rowe over the bar. Over the bar. So that if the results do stay as they are right now, Man City will just move to within 2 points behind Arsenal, because they will have played a game more. So anyway, it is still early days in the title race. Let's just hope it's not gonna be a one-sided title race like it was last season. In fact, it was not even a race in the first place, because Liverpool already had the title wrapped up by, was it late January into February? Because the gap that they had over the rest was big. And Arsenal, their nearest challengers, kept on dropping points. Eventually, they dropped so many points that they were unable to catch up. So let's hope that at least this time around, we're gonna have a 3-horse race, because it's been a while, even maybe 4-horse race. Haaland was clipped by Bassi off the ball. Oh man, let's hope it's not a serious foul. Because if it was, and if it's taken to VAR, these some of these challenges that are committed off the ball. I don't really know how dangerous they are until you actually see a replay. And so far, we have not seen a replay of that challenge. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, it's clipped from the back by Bassi. I think it's gonna be okay. There's nothing serious. It was purely accidental. It was purely accidental. So there's also another big game taking place in La Liga. Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. So that's a game that has just kicked off. Game that was kicking off at the top of the hour. So Barcelona hosting Atletico Madrid in the Spanish La Liga clash. Earlier on, had a number of Copa del Rey games that took place. Ebro lost to Osasuna 5-3. Numancia lost 3-2 to Mallorca. Portugalete lost to Deportivo Alaves 3-0. Racing de Ferrol lost 2-0 to Hauseca. And so terrible on this team. Oh man, I don't really. Okay, these games, the other games are still ongoing. Guadalajara, wow, Guadalajara. Spanish names, man. I'm sure I'm butchering those names, but it's okay, man. It's okay. Not very good at pronouncing those names, eh? But at least we see, we hope to get the correct pronunciation. Maybe you guys do know how to pronounce these names better. Yeah. Not fluent in Spanish at all. This is Lukic, is Tete, Harry Wilson, turns it over to Doku. Doku. Doku, come on, Doku. Backed himself into a corner. Well played, man. Nico O'Reilly is Nico Gonzalez. Is Vardiol into Mateus Nunes. Mateus Nunes. Bernardo Silva is Foden. Is Vardiol. Let us hope that City will be able to maintain this intensity. Like I said, against Leeds, they had actually raced into a 2-goal lead rather at halftime, but unfortunately, they are unable to keep their lead, man, because Leeds came back at them and at least equalized. So, I don't know whether they are going to race into a 2-goal lead again and then surrender it, but we will see. We will see. This is Reinders. Reinders. To Doku. Haaland blocked. Wonderful pass by Reinders over the top. Actually thought maybe they have been flagged for offside, but he wasn't offside. Wonderful run from Doku, but if he scored that, I'm sure it would have gone to VAR. Yeah, I'm sure it would have gone to VAR, and I don't know whether he was onside or offside. It was a difficult call to make, especially the naked eye. I'm sure that would have gone to VAR. This is Diaz, Reinders, goal! 2-0 to City. 2-0 to Manchester City. Just like that, man. What a wonderful pass from Haaland, man. Into Reinders. Reinders was clean through. What a wonderful pass from Haaland. He saw the run from Reinders through from midfield. Reinders with the easiest of finish. Just dinks the ball over Leno, man. In fact, that would be one of the easiest goals that he'll score this season. Easiest goal that he scored this season. I don't know why Fulham's defensive line was pushed up. Because I expected them maybe to be defending from the edge of the box, but a turn of pace from Reinders. Not really turn of pace, but the pass in through the middle by Haaland. Defense splitting pass. Reinders, the easiest goals that he'd ever score in his Man City career, man. Anyway, it's 2-0 to City. But as you know, like I said earlier, they're in a similar position against Leeds. They are dressed into a 2-goal lead, only to be pegged back by Leeds. So almost butchered that name. Butchered. What's going on today, man? I need some water, man. I need some water. Seem to be butchering a few words, man. So anyway, this game is still not over unless maybe if they are to get a third goal, rather the next goal, either before halftime or after halftime. But if it does stay on like this, even for the next 15 minutes, I do think that Fulham are gonna borrow a page from the book from Leeds United's performance against City weekend. So this Smithrow loses out. By Wobi, Doku. Ah man, cleared away by O'Reilly. O'Reilly has been a revelation for City at left back. He was actually a midfielder converted into a left back. In fact, you'd even wonder why Itinerary was signed, man. Because ever since this guy was thrust into the starting lineup, was Itinerary was injured. He's played so well, man. In fact, you might even think that he's a fully fledged professional. This guy is still very young. I think he's only like 21 years of age. 20 or 21. But the way he's playing, he looks so solid at the back, man. Rarely have I seen any winger beat him for pace, or maybe he hasn't really been the weak link at all. In fact, attacking down his side is a huge mistake because he's been very, very good for City. And he's actually also contributed a few goals as well. I think he has like 3 league goals this season from our left back. So, anyway, at least Nico O'Reilly is doing good for Manchester City. I'm actually very, very happy for him. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. So this is Sunday badge. Fulham, turn it over, man. So now it's Vardiol. Vardiol back to Donnarumma. Donnarumma. This is Diaz. Diaz Nunes. Now picked up by Foden. Foden into Vardiol. So the game that is be kicking off right around 2 minutes time. Newcastle Spurs. See players are making their way onto the pitch. So anyway, just gonna keep an eye on that game as well, because it's a big game, guys. That is one big game, eh? That is not an easy game at all. That's a big game. Newcastle Tottenham in the recent history have actually been having a serious rivalry. But as far as Newcastle are concerned, they have actually dominated Tottenham at St. James Park, man. In fact, the ones that recently come to memory, the time they beat them 4-1, the time they had also beat them 6-1. In fact, Erling Haaland, you know where the ball was. Erling Haaland trying to lean into Tete. There's no foul committed. So, oh man, what a wonderful turn from Reinders. What a Cruyff turn, man. He left Joachim Anderson for dead. Hey, what a turn. Doku, come on. You ruined a wonderful move, man. Who was that caught offside? Was it Haaland? And yeah, so The other one, they had actually beaten them 6-1. In fact, by halftime, it was already 5-0. On that day, I don't know what Tottenham were doing, but they were completely thrashed by Newcastle. And if I was to predict that game, I don't care whether Newcastle or the Tottenham have a very good away record. Because even if they're to score first against Newcastle, it's gonna be peak for them, man. It's gonna be peak for them, man. It's gonna be a difficult game. If I'm to look at the lineups for that game, so for Newcastle, the lineups is out. Have Ramsdale in goal, Hall, Danban, Tiao. Okay, let's watch this corner first from Newcastle. Or that, no. Man City, Foden, goal! 3-0, man. 3-0 to Man City. They are clearly putting Fulham to the sword, man. Oh, what a decisive performance from City. Emphatic, man. Yeah. Then I think with that, you can clearly see that the game is pretty much done for Fulham. I don't expect them to come back from this. Honestly, do not expect them to come back from this because they have been outplayed by City, man, at every turn. What a shot from Foden, man. What a wonderful shot from Foden, man. What a wonderful goal from Phil Foden. Man City didn't. Other Fulham were clearly look shell shocked. They seem to have been pressing City at times, but it seems like all that pressing has amounted to nothing. It's already 3-0, man. 3-0 to Manchester City. Foden continues his impressive run. That is now his third goal in 2 league games. Because against Leeds, he managed to get a brace. Now at least he's been able to get a goal there. So, can pretty much say that City have already run away with this game. Like they say, anything is possible. Anything is c'est possible. C'est possible. Yeah, so I was just going through the Newcastle lineup before that Foden goal. So, for Newcastle, like I said, Ramsdale in goal. Yeah, Ramsdale, he played well against Everton. And he's kept his place. So Nick Pope, he's not really been not that Nick Pope is injured, it's just that he's been dropped. So the game has already kicked off at St. James Park, Newcastle versus Spurs. So we're gonna keep you updated whenever anything happens in that game, whether goals or anything of importance, because this is our featured game. And of course, this game is gonna end before that one, so at least we are gonna jump right into that one as after this one has ended. So it's 3 minutes of the time. Harry Wilson into the box. Smith Rowe, goal! Three-one, man. Yeah. This game is not over. It is not over, guys. It is not over. What a wonderful header from Smith Rowe, man. What a wonderful header. Yeah, Wilson was onside, man. Wonderful cross into the box, headed into the far right-hand corner of Donnarumma's goal. In fact, he was rooted to the spot because of the way that header was perfectly placed into that corner. Keeper had no chance. In fact, he knew it. As soon as that ball left his head, like you could just see that it was flying into the net. So, at least Fulham have pulled a goal back. So, it's not all rosy for City right now. Harry Wilson. Yeah. Tete. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, Fulham looked dead and buried 2 minutes ago after the Foden goal. Right now, it's like that goal has revitalized them, man. It's like they found new breed of form, man. A new injection of desire. Cleared by Haaland, cleared by Reinders. I'm sure City will just be waiting for the halftime whistle now. Huh? They can't wait for it now. So as I was saying, so for the Newcastle team, have Ramsdale in goal. Pope has actually been dropped. It's not that Pope is injured, it's just that Pope has been dropped. Because Pope has not been having actually he's injured. Sorry guys, sorry. He's injured. He got injured. He's gonna be back in late December. So Ramsdale continues in goal. Livramento, Tiao, this guy. This sign from AC Milan, yeah, at least got a brace against Everton on Saturday. So I don't know whether it's gonna continue his impressive performance. Let us see what is gonna happen. So Tiao in defense, along with Dan Ban and Lewis Hall. And then of course in midfield, the ever-present Joel Linton and Tonali. Then of course Louis Smiley makes up the midfield three. Then of course up front we're gonna have Barnes, Jacob Murphy, and Voltemade. For Tottenham, we're gonna have Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, Romero, Danso, and Udogi. In the midfield, we're gonna have Pape Sarr and Bentancur, Bagvile as the 10, Kudus on the left, on the right rather, Johnson on the left, and of course Kolo Muani as the lone forward. So the Man City's game is gone into halftime, so just gonna switch things up and go over to the Newcastle game. Let us see what's going on here, man. See what is going on here. This is actually a good game. Actually, a wonderful games happening today. Also have Borussia Dortmund versus Bayer Leverkusen, but that's in the German Cup. And of course, Barca versus Atletico. Let me just have a sneak peek of that Barca Atleti game. It's still nil-nil. Game is the 18th minute. 18th minute. Wonderful playing surface out there, man. Anyway, have a look at this game, man. Let us have a look at this game. So Newcastle versus Tottenham Hotspurs. The corner to Newcastle. Come of that corner. For the time being, we're just gonna follow this game. Before the Man City Fulham game resumes for the second half. This whole wonderful defensive tackle, That ball did not go out of play. Seems the like ball went out of play, I'm surprised. I don't know why. Where is Bruno G today for Newcastle? Is he unavailable? Oh, Bruno Guimaraes is on the bench, Anyway, Luis Mali continues to play because he got a wonderful goal against Everton. So it's fair for the manager to keep the player because he scored against Everton. Maybe that's what you need to do. Because see, another player scores and then the next game you take him out, that you take him off. Sometimes it might demoralize the player. So they might actually wonder, what do I have to do for me even to even get starting berth in this club, or for this team. But at least the manager Eddie Howe has trusted to smile with another start. So let's see. Let's hope that he's gonna continue his impressive performances because it's actually a good plan B for Newcastle to have because they have really been dependent on Bruno G for the longest time. Harvey Barnes got a foul by got a foul. That ball had actually crossed the line, so Tottenham were robbed for a corner there. That is sheer robbery, man. Sheer robbery. Anyway, the other game, Bournemouth Everton, still at 0-0 at so game is also into at halftime. So that game has kind of been dead. Not that game, this game. I don't know. Let me see the halftime stats for the Bournemouth Everton game. Let me have a look at the stats. Jacob Murphy to lose into Livramento. Actually, been all Everton, eh? Everton is it is a team that has been quite dominant, eh? Harvey Barnes into Lewis Hall into Joy Linton. Luis Smiley blocked. Livramento. This is Voltemade. Voltemade into the box. Cleared by Pedro Porro. It's gonna be a corner for Newcastle. Yeah, so in that game, I'm surprised that Bournemouth have not taken the game seriously because they have been dominated by Everton. Something that I never thought I'd say, because Bournemouth have only had one shot the entire game, while Newcastle have had, other not Newcastle, Everton have had 7. Anyway, still, we'll see. We will see what happens. This all into the box, cleared by Bentancur. With Kudus trying to launch the counter for Spurs. At least Newcastle have been able to nullify that counter from Spurs. Now with Porro, Romero, Kolomuani, surely. Much better touch, ball. Yeah, in that game, it's all been Everton. Everton have completely dominated Bournemouth as far as chances are concerned. Well, Bournemouth have just been keeping possession, but not really doing much with it. Anyway, I don't know whether Bournemouth are gonna lose, but see, still early days. Still early days. Also, remember that Bournemouth had started the season so brightly, but in the past like 6 to 7 games, they've only managed one victory. In fact, it's only been one victory. Bournemouth, they've just been sliding down the table. Yeah, their last victory was against Nottingham Forest. So in the past 4 games, they've actually had 3 losses and a draw. So it's like their form is not their form, but their form is actually faltering, man. After a very impressive start to this, at some point they were even second, but now they sit in 10th spot. Anyway, corner to Spurs, cleared by Livramento. The far side is gonna be another corner for Spurs. Set the clock for the second half. But as soon as we are back, just go straight into the action. Anyway, guys, make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. It's your first time Vinskey Valor YouTube channel. Make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, support the channel by liking. It's your first time on this community football Watchalong community, Vinskey Valor football community. Make sure you like the video and please subscribe to the channel for more of such watch along videos. For those who always come back to the stream to actually cover this, not really cover, but to be part of these watch alongs, thank you so much, man. Never ever think that your support is taken for granted. So all the consistent subscribers that come back to the channel that normally are here as we cover all the games, thank you so much for the support, man. Yes, we are here to actually for you guys. The content is not for me, man. The content is for you, man. Because you are the consumer of this particular product. This is Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes, Jacob Murphy. Come on, you're off balance. How do you expect to score like that, man? You can't score like that. You're off balance, man. Come on. Should do a whole lot better. Huh? Yeah, Kudus lost the ball, man. Harvey Barnes trying to get himself ahead of Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro would have touched him. Harvey Barnes would have been very, very happy to just go down in the box. Yeah, so guys, do make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Like I said, yes, we are here for you. This content is not for Vinskey Valor. It's for you out there, man. That is why whenever you tell us maybe have any kind of football discussion, we are very much happy to have that discussion. Anything related sports, if you want us to discuss, maybe it's outside of my area of expertise, might research and maybe get more info. But of course, thank you so much for the support, guys. Thank you so much for the support. For those who have already subscribed, for those who have been part of the community, thank you so much. Those who are normally here religiously, every single time we do go live, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the support. God bless you all, man. God bless you all. God bless you all. Tonali to the box. Led away by Romero. To be taken by Murphy. Finally, Joelinton has it. Recycled by Livramento. City are back. Not really. In fact, as soon as they conceded against Everton, not Everton, but the ball was out of play. As soon as they conceded against Fulham, could clearly see that they are a little bit shaky. So City are not really back. I wouldn't say that they are back, but that's why I really struggle with the notion that they might actually win the league this season. I don't think they're gonna win the league. They are just not consistent enough. Maybe if they're to become consistent as the season unfolds, but currently they are not. Because when City do play games, you don't really know whether they are gonna win or lose or draw. In fact, you can't really call a City game anymore. So that's what I'm saying. And see, sometimes you don't need such kind of stats or notions in your games because, in fact, because for even as a team, you don't really know whether you're gonna win the game or even. So as I said, it's not like whenever, especially now for this season, that Arsenal would go into any game, you'd actually think that they're overwhelming favorites. City might be overwhelming favorites, but might actually just drop points. In fact, like I said, they got lucky against Leeds, because Leeds had completely outplayed them in the second half. They pushed them all over the pitch. City were unable to cope with the relentless pressing from Leeds, and even wonder at times, why do certain teams have to wait to go 2 goals down for them to actually just wake up and now begin to perform? Because based on how the first half performance went for Leeds, somebody nobody saw that result coming. You'd have thought that City would just kick into fourth or fifth gear in the second half, maybe even get like 4 or 5 goals. But Leeds able to get back. Actually, at some point, it was actually looking as if Leeds might actually get might actually win that game. Harvey Barnes away from Bentancur. This is Miley. Come on, Miley, straight at the goalkeeper. Should have been doing better with that chance. Miley should be doing a whole lot better with that chance. Wonderful run from Harvey Barnes into the box. Chris Miley. Poor finish. Poor finish. The City game back on? I don't think so. At half time, and so is the Bournemouth game. So we're gonna remain in this game for a few more minutes. Maybe right around the maybe 35 minutes past the hour. So maybe the game is gonna resume. Yeah, so like I said, so I can't really say that City are back. City are not back. That's why I said this season, it's like the stars have clearly aligned for Arsenal to win it because there's no other team that looks like it's gonna consistently challenge them to the. Because as far as Liverpool are concerned, Liverpool I think they're already out of the title race unless Arsenal begin to drop serious points. Chelsea look like a team that is now wanting to maybe go on a title charge, but for them, you also worry, especially for their defense, because you don't really know when they're also gonna drop points as well. But for a team like Arsenal, the beauty with Arsenal is that at least they have been there, done that. They have been bottlers. They have led the league, bottled it. So at least they have a feeling of how it feels to actually lose the league number of times. And at the same time, they also have experience on how it feels like to be up there because for the past 4 seasons, Arsenal have been title contenders. They have been the only consistent team that has been title contenders for the past 4 years. Because Liverpool just were contenders last season where they actually won it, and I think in 2022. For Man City, of course, they were title contenders, but last season they fell off. For Chelsea, they have not really been title contenders because for me, I normally consider a team a title contender if up until maybe March, finally into the box, ball has been. I'd consider a team a title contender if up until March at least the team has a chance of winning the league. But if by December, January, you're already out of the title race, then you're not really a title contender anymore. You're not a title contender. That's why I said for me, that's just my own metric, guys. Anyway, the City game is back on, so Man City game is back on, so we're underway for the second half. So Lukic and Tete have been taken off for Castagna and Chukwueze. Yes, you change that. Yeah, so yeah, for me that is just my own metric. That is how I am able to gauge whether a team is in a title race or not. Because maybe but you can sustain a title charge all the way till March, April, then maybe you just fall off and you are clearly in a title race. But you can't really say that as early as now that a particular team is in a title race. And maybe you are like 15 points, maybe over 10 points behind, and you still claim that you're in a title race. That's why I said at least in the past 4 seasons, Arsenal has been the team that has been consistent, at least challenging for the league. Of course, 2023, yeah. Nice pass by play by Mchukweze. This guy, he really ran circles around Pedro Porro against Tottenham over the weekend. He's Haaland, Foden, goal! 4-1 to Man City. 4-1 to Manchester City, man. Foden with another double, man. So, what a finish from Foden, man. What a finish from Foden. That's two back-to-back braces for Foden, man. Two back-to-back braces, man. Just like that. Just like that, man. Then I think with this you can pretty much say that they've got a game won. Yeah, the scoreline is kind of an oh, what a wonderful flick from Haaland, man. The assist was off his heels. He actually touch him. Let's have a look at that replay. Yeah, so Haaland now has a goal and 2 assists, while Foden has a brace. And which is good because at least if Foden is also supporting Haaland in terms of goals, it's actually a good thing because at some point it was Man City were becoming Haaland FC. It's only Haaland who was scoring for them. But if other people are now chipping in the goals, it's actually a good thing. It's actually a good thing for them. Feel sorry for Fulham. The scoreline is kind of unfair on them. Not that the Man City have had clear-cut chances, just that City have just taken their chance. What you call efficiency from a City perspective. Yeah, it's been an efficient performance. In fact, let me just look at the stats. Marco Silva continues his very, very poor run against Man City. Whenever he meets City, it's like he always gets thrashed, man. Actually, City have scored with all of their shots on target. That's what I was telling you. It's actually efficiency from City. City have had 9 total shots, with 4 of them being on target. All 4 of them have resulted in goals. So, I told you, it was a matter of efficiency. Fulham have not really been poor because you can't really say that Man City have played them off the park today. No, they haven't. It's just that City have been efficient. What you call efficiency, man. So anyway, let's hope that Fulham are not gonna concede. This rate based on City's efficiency. So it seems like whenever City do go on the attack, they might actually score. And every kind of momentum that Fulham had off halftime was actually curtailed by that goal. Israel Wilson, Jimenez blocked by Vardio. He was hit in that place where the sun doesn't shine. Shine? Did I just say sign? Shine. So Gonzalez already back on his feet. Couldn't stay down for long. Let's hope Fulham will be able to keep the score down. Because it's kind of unfortunate for them. Yeah, it's been unfortunate. From a Fulham perspective, they've not played badly at all. At times, I've actually wanted to go to City, but unfortunately, it's, they haven't really created clear-cut chances. Yeah, at least Nico Gonzalez can receive some treatment. The ball actually hit him. That place where the sun does not shine. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You don't need to be told. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Very painful. Sure, so many men can relate with that. They can relate. But it's actually a wonderful block. Oh, ouch. Ouch. But it seems to be okay now. Seems to be okay. Nico Gonzalez. Really closed down by Iwobi. Man City have not turned it over. By Bernardo Silva. Oh, wow. This guy was actually playing. When was the last time I mentioned his name? Because Foden has clearly stole the show today. Again. Picked up by Haaland. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Foden. O'Reilly. Doku. Yeah. Doku to Foden. Now it's Doku again. Doku unable to find O'Reilly. Doku. Goal! 5-1 to Man City. Man City have completely running riot with this now. Huh? It's no longer a contest. It's over now. It's over. Oh my goodness. That is now 5 shots on goal, 5 on target. Rather, 5 shots. Rather, 10 shots, 5 on target. All 5 shots on target, producing goals, man. It was a poor pass from Joachim Anderson. Joachim Anderson has been completely poor today. So poor for Fulham. It's cost his team another goal just there, man. Oh, it was actually a deflection. The deflection was off Sunday Barge, man. Yeah, the ball hit Sunday Barge on the knee. Then it just flicked over the corner of Leno's goal. It's 5-1, man. This game's over. Game's done. Game's done, man. Game is done. Game is done. Game is done for City. My goodness. Don't consider sixth goal. Now becoming embarrassing. Now becoming embarrassing, eh? Fulham clearly not helping their goal difference at the moment. They were actually on a goal difference of +1, but because of conceding those 4 goals, 5 goals, they've actually gone to. Actually, their goal difference was it 0? Now their goal difference is -4. They've already considered 22 league goals. They have scored 16. Wait, it's actually -6. So the goal difference was actually at -2. Now it's at -6 because the aggregate scoreline in this game is -4. Smith Rowe, yeah, and with that, City continue to cement their Iwobi shoot, Iwobi goal! Oh, 5-2, man. My goodness. What are we witnessing here, man? At least Iwobi listened to me, man. The ball fell to him in a wonderful area, and he just shot that ball the bottom left-hand corner of Donnarumma's goal. What a brilliant finish. Brilliant finish. Brilliant. As a midfielder, you love scoring goals like that. Just place the ball, man. Just carve it around the defense, around the keeper, and then the ball just sneaks in on the far side. Yeah, post. Ball just sneaks in. Maze, as a midfielder, you enjoy such goal. You enjoy such goal. The ball just sneaks in. On the far side, man. Because you bend it around the defenders, the goalkeeper, then the ball just goes in right side of the post, man. Wonderful goal, wonderful goal. But to me, that would be maybe the best. Other than the first Foden goal, to me that's a wonderful goal for Fulham to score. 5-2, man, 5-2. Nobody expected, honestly, nobody had picked up this scoreline. Wilson battling with Nico Gonzalez. Yeah, he thinks he did enough to win a corner, but nope, 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 nope. So with that, City are now the overwhelming top scorers in the league. They've actually scored 32 league goals, including the one scored in this game. So their goal difference is actually +18. They actually level with Arsenal. So Arsenal also have a goal difference of +18. But Arsenal have definitely conceded fewer goals, also scored fewer goals. So still nil-nil in the other games, eh? Still nil-nil in the game between Bournemouth and Everton, eh? It's it's poised well for anybody now to get a winner. But it seems like this is the game that has produced all the goals. I'm actually happy that I did this game. Because you see, whenever you do games and they actually produce goals, you're actually happy. Sometimes we do other watch-alongs. Game is so dead, Mbaka. Sometimes even feel like just doing a different one. Oh, wonderful shot by Jimenez, but straight at Donnarumma. In fact, it was an offside post. Yeah, there are some games that you have done in the past, man. Game has been so dead, Mbaka even wonder why did I even bother? But anyway, it's fine, it's fine. The nature of the business. Sometimes you're gonna do wonderful games, other times you're gonna do dead games. You should be happy with that, man. No crime. Is Reinders to Mateus Nunes, Bernardo Silva. Funny enough, Bernardo Silva's not created anything for City today, but happy to see that at least City can produce without having him being involved in everything. It's good. In fact, Pep was actually saying this week that he'd hope that guy signs on a contract extension. But he said, no, what? It's purely up to him. If he wants to go, it's still okay with Pep for him to leave because his contract runs out in the summer. I don't know whether it's gonna be kept at City. Maybe he's gonna sign maybe because you see with Bernardo Silva, you more or less get the same feeling as you had when City had Jimenez, almost a wonderful takedown, but wonderful defending from Mateus Nunes. So with Bernardo Silva, you more or less get the same kind of feeling that you had when David Silva was approaching the final stages of his City career. And the thing I like about City is that they never do their, I don't say club legends and icons dirty, especially the likes of De Bruyne, Silva, have David Silva as well. Remember back then, used to have the two Silvas. We used to have D Silva and the B Silva. David Silva, man. Those are some footballers that you miss, man. Footballers who know where the goal is. Footballers who are full of what you call football brain, high IQ, man. Doku unable to get through Sesenyo. Ball is back with Leno by Basi. So, Jacob Murphy hit the post, man. It's Lewis Hall. Harvey Barnes to the box. Come on, score! Come on. Seriously? What are they doing, man? They're all queuing up at the back post, but none of them wants to put the ball in the net. Surely. Wonderful shot from Joel Linton, man. Hit the base of the post. Bounced clear, man. Can clearly see that Tottenham are currently hanging on. By Iwobi, led by City. Riley, offside. Jimenez was scored offside, man. Come on, man. So, Stones coming on for Kudus. Chance for Kudus. Yeah, over the bar. So, Doku and Nico Gonzalez going off. Stones and Savinho coming on. So, Stones is coming on for Nico Gonzalez. John Stones. So, Stones, I think, is going to play in midfield, while Savinho is going to play in Doku's position. Savini, I'm still waiting for this guy's career at City to start. Seems like I don't know whether he's being denied opportunities at City or what. It's like even when he given the nod on from the start, it doesn't really perform. So let us hope that let us do hope that he's gonna kickstart his City career, man, because it's high time gets things underway, man, at City. Been there for over a year now, so but we will see. We will see. Anyway, guys, do make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Chukwueze, this is Iwobi. Iwobi into Sesenyo. Sesenyo into the box. Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson. Yeah. Sesenyo was actually caught offside. Yeah, I told you, it's not been an awful performance from Fulham. It's just that City have been super efficient. Kind of game where you say, you know what, Fulham, other City have had 100% efficiency because all their shots on target have resulted in goals, man. They've only had 5 shots on target, and produced 5 goals. Anyway, guys, do make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If it's your first time here on the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel, do make sure you are supporting the channel by liking the video and please subscribing to the channel. For any returning subscriber, do support the channel by liking the video. So, yep. Obi picks up the ball on the far side, passes it across to Sesenyo. Sesenyo, this is Chukwueze. Chukwueze, Chukwueze, Chukwueze. It's now with Castagna, Harry Wilson, Castagna. And the badge, this is Chukwueze. This is Castagna. Oh, Jimenez diving in, unable to get to the ball. Castagna into the box. Cleared by John Stones. John Mawe, John Stones. Tell me Bournemouth and Everton is just going to end in a 0-0 draw. What the heck, man? This is Iwobi. Bournemouth have been performing way below par today. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to play this game at all because it's all been Everton. The second Everton still. Bournemouth are just happy to dominate possession, but Everton have completely outmatched them when it comes to chances created. Because from look at the player ratings, Sonny Semenyo, Diakite, and Trafford who have got a player rating of above 7. O'Reilly, unable to get it through to Haaland. Person loses out. Going to Fulham. It's Sesenyo now. Sesenyo into Basi. Everton don't have a very impressive record. Bournemouth, in fact, in their past 8 visits, not won a single game. Jimenez doing of Donnarumma there. Nice pass from O'Reilly. This is Reinders to Savinho. He's now with Foden. Maybe they can just put Savinho on the left. Maybe give him a run on the left, because I more or less see him as an inside forward. Savinho, Bernardo Silva, again. This is Reinders. This is Savinho. Savinho coming forward. Savinho to the box. Haaland! Oh, hits the post, man. Ay, 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 ay. Ah, that was a sixth goal for Man City. Haaland on a hat trick. Haaland is not on a hat trick. Actually, Foden is on a hat trick. Foden sees Savinho on the far side. Savinho. He's trying to get to that. Haaland. Anyway, that still does not count as a shot on target, because anytime you strike the frame of the goal, more or less considered as a shot of target. So, at least Man City have maintained their 100% efficiency of scoring with every shot that they have had on target. Chukwueze able to get away from Nunes. Iwobi to the box. Ball sails out of play. Anyway, guys, do make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. For those of you that are new to the channel, if you are new to the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel, do make sure you support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. For any returning subscriber, do make sure that you support the channel by liking the video. Yes, at least, yeah, we crave those likes, man. Liking the video just means that you are supporting the channel further. More or less helps the algorithm get the video out there to more viewers. This is Sesenyo, Chukwueze, back with Sesenyo, Bobi, Chukwueze getting away from Foden. Now Hakim Anderson, Castagna, Sandebaj. Is Castagna into the box. Chukwueze! Goal! 5-3, man. This game, man. You're serious. You want to tell me City are gonna bottle it? You want to tell me City are gonna bottle it? What a shot from Chukwueze, man. My goodness. Are City gonna bottle this? Yeah. What a finish from Chukwueze, man. Wonderful shot into the bottom right-hand corner of Donnarumma's goal. What a finish, man. What a finish. 5-3 to Man City. Fulham are just 2 goals behind now. Fulham are now just 2 goals behind, guys. 2 goals behind. Possible offside from where? There's no offside there, man. Not offside. So Stones was playing him onside, eh? Harry Wilson doesn't look to be offside, eh? Because it seems like Stones in the middle and O'Reilly are actually playing him onside. This goal is gonna stand. It's gonna stand. It's gonna stand. Unless maybe Harry Wilson's shoulder is just ahead of last defender's legal pass. I can actually play the ball. Because you see, for it to be counted as an offside, if your arm is outstretched like this, if your arm is in an offside position, or that your hand is in an offside position, it's not gonna be uh, flagged for offside, because in the rule book it says that you cannot score with any part of your body that is now from your lower arm all the way down to your arm, to your hand rather. So if that part is offside, then you're okay. But if it's maybe your shoulder all the way down, maybe to this part here, your upper arm, if that part is offside, then clearly it's gonna be disallowed. You can clearly see with that, Castagna was clearly leaning forward like this. His arm was outstretched like this, so his hand is clearly offside, but his shoulder might be onside. So, and they, of course, the rule says that if you do score a goal with the shoulder, still counts, but you cannot score the goal with your hand, a lower arm. So, goal is gonna stand because clearly Stone's left foot is keeping Castagna's left shoulder on side. So, should not disallow this goal. It's a legit goal, man. That is clearly a legit goal. That is one legit goal, man. Not even a close call. I can see it from here, man. Should not be a close call. Yep. Goal stands. Yeah, of course. Goal stands, man. That goal does stand. The goal actually stands. Samuel Kweze. Kweze of Nigeria. So Newcastle's past game is a halftime. So, ish. Honestly, did not predict that. So maybe by now, Newcastle will be like 2 goals up. Spurs have been unable to get any shot on target. So it's peak for them, huh? It's quite peak for them now. So Jonah Kusi Asare has come on for who? For Jimenez. So Jimenez has been taken off to be replaced by Jonah Kusi Asare. It's the first time I'm hearing of that name. Yeah, Josh King has also come on to replace who? Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe also been taken off. Was actually been taken off. Josh King has come to replace who? Whom has he replaced? Chukwueze! Goal! Oh my God! 4 goals from Fulham. Aye. I told you this game was not over. And Shelmit, if you're still there, if you're still watching, I told you, City were not back. I've always told you, City always look like a team that's gonna concede every time. You don't really know how they're gonna perform in any game. They might concede 1 goal. In other games, like today, you see they have actually conceded 4 goals, man. My goodness. It's actually a comeback. The comeback is now officially on from Fulham. From 5-1 down, Fulham have actually scored 3 unanswered goals just like that. It's now 5-4. 1 more goal, man. Yeah. Hey, this is a proper bottle job. A proper bottle job from Fulham. I mean, from Man City. Jeez, man. Oh God. Yes, others are calling it a classic. Yes, 9 goal thriller, man. A 9 goal thriller. Oh my God. Pep Guardiola just sank back into his seat, man. Doesn't really know what's going on. That's what I was telling you. You see, based on this game, do you expect City to mount up a serious title challenge? No, I don't expect that because they'll result to having to outscore the opposition, and you know very well that that is unsustainable. That is completely unsustainable. That's why I said, even when some Arsenal fans were panicking, I told them, no, don't panic, man. Don't look at City and fear them. This is not the same City of several years ago where you know that as soon as they get into a lead, the game's gone. No. Oh, Grealish has actually scored for Everton. So Everton have taken the lead against Bournemouth. So it's Bournemouth nil, Everton 1. Jack Grealish. So it's a goal for Everton, eh? At least finally their dominance of the game has actually paid off. So Jack Grealish is the one who scored that goal. So for you out there that do play fantasy and have Jack Grealish in your team, can count yourselves lucky. Oh my God. City. Yeah, City are clearly on the ropes, man. City are clearly on the ropes. Harry Wilson has been taken off. Will be replaced by who? Who's this? It's Kevin. Kevin. Who's this fella, man? So Reinders also being taken off for City. Reinders being replaced by who? By Chucky. So Chucky is coming on to replace Reinders. So they're actually hanging on, but they're bringing on attackers. It's weird. For them to bring on midfielders. Who do they have on the bench? The plan maybe to bring on Kusanov or Ake. So the momentum is clearly with Fulham now. Momentum is clearly with Fulham. You know what? I will not be surprised if Fulham are to equal. Really, I will not be surprised. Because it's been that kind of season for Man City. Up and down, up and down. Don't really know which City team you're gonna get. You don't know which City team is gonna turn out. And they still look shaky at the back, man. Just don't look comfortable. They just don't look comfortable, man. Just in short, I synchronize the clocks. Have the correct time. It's actually the second minute into the 83rd minute. Oh, was Kevin taken down? Nope, that was not a penalty. It was just a coming together. Oh my God, this might actually be a penalty. Oh, okay. checked, cleared. Oh, my God. City are lucky. City have been lucky, man. City are one lucky cookie in this game. One lucky cookie. City. Come on, City need to do something, man. I don't know whom did King replace. I don't know whom King replaced. I'm trying to get whom the person that was replaced by Joshua King. Let me see whether I can find out who replaced. Well, I see Joshua King has come on. I don't know whether to replace Sunday Badge, cleared by Savinho. Or it was actually Smith Rowe. Yeah, I knew it was Smith Rowe. Just needed to confirm, huh? So Joshua King was actually brought on, the teenager, yeah. He's been playing well this season. It's just that still looking for his first goal for Fulham. Ball has been taken back to Donnarumma. Donnarumma. Risky business. Just need to get a hold of this game now. It's Chucky into Nunes, Bernardo Silva. I don't know if Bernardo Silva is still playing this game and he's not done anything at all. He's been a ghost. He's been a passenger in this game from start to finish, man. Maybe he's a player you need to take off and bring on the likes of a Kusanov or an Ake. Or a Mamush. Maybe it's just somebody who can hold on to the ball. But of course, maybe that's why, look at it in hindsight, maybe keeping Bernardo Silva is a good idea because he's actually a player who loves to keep the ball. So, by Chucky, cleared by Castagna, Joshua King, getting away from Stones, Kevin, that ball out of play. Hey, Chukwueze. Chukwueze with the dancing feet. Chukwueze over the bar. My God. City, the ultimate bottlers. They bottle this lead. How do you bottle a 4-goal lead, man? City are actually leading by 5 goals to 1. But somehow, Fulham are the team that looks like is gonna score now. My. Yeah, Fulham have just been efficient. Yep. So Fulham are hoping to come back from 4 goals. Are hoping to overcome a 4-goal deficit. And the last time that happened was way back in 2011. Oh, guys, I know you guys remember the game. You remember the game? Remember the game? There's a particular team that had raced into a 4-goal lead, but unfortunately they could not hang on. The game, they actually ended up drawing that game 4-4. Yes, you may have guessed correctly. It's Arsenal. Arsenal had raced into a 4-goal lead against Newcastle at St. James Park way back in 2011. Newcastle came back into that game, drew 4-4. So Fulham are hoping to now match that record because Fulham at some point they are actually down by 4 goals. Remember that they were actually losing by four, actually losing by 4 goals. They're actually down 5-1, but somehow they've managed to get it back to 5-4. It's very impressive, man. Impressive of a Fulham team that impressive of a Fulham team that looked second best. Corelli seems to be suffering from cramp. Eh? If City do bottle this, man, honestly, I do not know where they're gonna hide. Honestly, do not know where they're gonna hide. Eh? Game is almost into stoppage time. How many minutes of added time? Maybe 4 or 5. Expecting maybe 4 or 5 minutes of added time. Years with the up and over. 8. Oh, oh my God. I think Fulham will score. I think Fulham will score. 80 minutes of added time. That's a lot of time. There they have City on the ropes. Fulham will score. Fulham will score. It's Kevin. Kevin to the box. Overload on that far side. It's Castagna. Ah, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. You're a whole lot better. Come on, City. You need to change your tactics, man. Maybe bring on a Kusanov or an Ake to help you at the back post. Because whenever that ball just goes back to the back post, it's like Fulham always have an overload on that side. It's Haaland. It's Savinho. Savinho. Was he fouled? No foul on Savinho. Picked up by Bernardo Silva. That is why Bernardo Silva was kept on. Eh? Wonderful work rate from Bernardo Silva. He's Chucky, Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly, come on. Get a 6 goal. Don't just intend on keeping the ball, man. You have to hang on for another 7 minutes. And the best way to do that is to actually get a second, another actually restore that 2 goal cushion. Really seems a very long time ago. Oh man. Oh man. Hey, Newcastle all over Spurs, man. Just clearing the ball off the line, man. It's Kevin. Kevin. He fouled Matthias Nunes. Yep, he fouled him. Other foul has been called by the referee. And as soon as this game is over, we'll just change the scoreboard. Just switch over to that other game. Ama we can just use the third score. Hebu ikana. Chucky. Chucky. Vardio. Ah, Vardio, what the heck are you doing? Come on. Bury that chance. Ah, Chucky. That was an opportunity, man. And they just blew it. Man. Wonderful run from Guardiola. I don't know what he's trying to do, man. Honestly, what is he trying? I don't know whether he was trying to shoot, dink it over the keeper, or he passed it to Haaland in the middle. Chucky. What the heck is Chucky doing, honestly? What the heck is he doing? Basi. 4 more minutes for Man City to hang on. Ay, ay, ay. Ah, across the face of goal, man. Ah, Savinio, come on. Ay. Yeah, Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth have lost to. Yeah, Bournemouth have lost to Everton. So that's Bournemouth's first home defeat of the season. It's weird that this same Everton team was destroyed by Newcastle 4-1. Then they go to Bournemouth, another team in the top four, other in the top 10. They managed to get the victory. So unpredictable, man. Oh, man. League is so topsy-turvy, man. Foden being taken off. Foden being taken off for Nathan Ake. So Ake is being brought on by Man City just to see whether they can close this out. Oh, yeah, yeah. City, come on, City, come on, City, man. Can you tell me City are gonna bottle this? Ay, 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 ay. Ooh, off the line, man. Off the line, man. I think that was a chance. That was the chance. That was a chance for Josh King, man. Ah, sorry, man. That was a chance for Josh King. Ball was hoofed away by Vardiol, man. Ah, City, City, City. Sesenyo, Iwobi, this on the batch. Oh, man. Kevin. Kevin away. Sesenyo, blocked by Stones. So corner. It's a last minute corner for Fulham. My goodness. Oh man, I fear for Spurs. Cleared. Picked up by Chucky. Ah, final whistle, man. Final whistle. City have been lucky, man. City have been lucky to escape. To escape. My goodness. Fulham were down 5-1 after, was it 47 minutes? Or was it 50th minute? Actually, the 54th minute. But somehow, since then, they've actually scored 3 unanswered goals, man. Chukwueze, 2 goals off the bench, and the other one from Iwobi. Fulham so unlucky. Fulham so unlucky. It's a final result, man. Fulham have been unable to complete their comeback. That's why I said, you know what? This City team is not in a title race. People might say they are actually no. Yes, they are in a title race because they are trying to chase down Arsenal. But based on such performances, I don't think they're gonna win this league. But their defense is so shaky, man. As a potential champion, you don't surrender 3 unanswered goals like that. You're not ahead by 4 clear goals, and then you just surrender 3 goals. Then all of a sudden you're now living on the edge. Yeah. They are lucky. They are so lucky. Anyway, that game's over. That game is over, guys. That game is over. Man City have actually hanged on for the victory. They are so lucky, man. They have gotten away with one. They have clearly gotten away with one. Let me just set up the scoreboard for the Newcastle Tottenham game. I'm going to leave the Fulham Man City one because at least that is the game that we were following. So, my God. So unfortunate for Marco Silva, man. Looks gutted, man. Looks gutted. He gave it everything in this game. He gave it everything in this game, man. Barca currently beating Atletico Madrid 2-1. Now let's switch over now to the Newcastle Spurs game. Still 0-0, man. Tottenham still hanging on. Tottenham are still hanging on, man. So the game is right around the 58th minute. So gonna dance with the long throw into the box. Cleared by Dan Ban. By Bentancur. This game is in the second half. Actually, it's 14. 14-10. Yep. So at least now we can follow the Newcastle Tottenham game. It's expected Newcastle to be out of sight by now, but unfortunately today, anyway, it's been a tale of Newcastle versus the Tottenham keeper Vicario, because Vicario has clearly kept Tottenham in the game, but it's more or less poor finishing from the likes of Barnes, because Johnson into the box, cleared by Dan Barn, now picked up by Livramento. This is now Joel Linton. Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes was actually brought on. They should also bring on Elanga. Let's bring him on, because it seems like because of Tottenham's kind of high line, Newcastle might have some bit of space running in behind. Let me see whether I've actually I've actually brought on Elanga. But Tonali was the one who was taken off. Tonali was taken off, so not Miley. So Tonali was taken off by Newcastle to be replaced by Bruno G. This is Danso. Danso coming forward. This is Johnson, Brennan Johnson. Dogi. Tupapesa. Bentancur. Bagval. Poro. Poro. Kudus. Kudus. Bagval. To the box. Cleared by Livramento. Circled by Bentancur into Kudus. And the Newcastle fans are becoming impatient with their side. Want their team to attack. This Elanga is about to come on for Newcastle, which is good. Yeah, they need an Elanga to run in behind. Udogi. Yeah, so Gordon and Elanga about to come on for Newcastle. I'm sure it's gonna be for Murphy and Barnes. Because I don't know what has happened to Barnes today. It's like he left his shooting boots at home. Barnes has been so poor today. His finishing has been symbolic. Poro into the box. Cleared by Lewis Hall. Gonna be out for another corner. Anyway, guys, do make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's your first time here on the channel. As always, if you are a returning subscriber, support the channel by liking the video. Kudus over the corner for Spurs. Kudus to the box. Cleared by Hall again. Poro. Shot blocked by Murphy. By Kudus. Kept the ball well, man. Kept it in quite well as well. Kudus. Cross it. Kudus into the box. Picked up by Ramsdale. Guimarães. Guimarães. Wonderful into Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy. Wonderful block from Pedro Porro. Honestly, Jacob Murphy should have done a whole lot better with that. That's why it's being taken off. Come on, Lewis Hall, get up. Anyway, guys, the scores that you see up there, the Voltemade. Come on. Don't just leave the ball behind you, man. Hey, Spurs, man. Ismaili. Livramento into the box. Off Poro, it's out for a corner. So, the score that you see up there for the Man City game, that's actually an official result. Man City were able to hang on in the end. Having raced into a 5-1 lead, Fulham were able to score 3 unanswered goals, but they were unable to get the 5th goal. So, City were let off the hook, man. City were let off the hook. They're actually unlucky. Yeah, that they had their shooting boots on because all their shots on target resulted in goals. Corner into the box. Patched away by Vicario. Livramento. Oh, blocked on the line, man. Jacob Murphy. Yeah. Yeah, Spurs have been lucky today. I will honestly say Spurs have clearly been so lucky today because there's either been poor finishing from Newcastle, or their keeper has been in top form, or all the shots that have been straight at the towards the goal have just been cleared off the line. So yeah, Newcastle have clearly been unlucky today. So Jacob Murphy and Barnes are off. Elanga and Anthony Gordon are coming on for Newcastle. So I don't know whether that is gonna come with a change of fortunes for Newcastle. But let's hope that will be the case. Cause they clearly need some bit of luck from somewhere. Anthony Gordon to Joel Linton. Joel Linton, no foul on Joel Linton. Bagval, Elanga into Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall to the box. Picked up by Vicario. Started by Bagval. This is Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani. Team is now coming into end stuff. Bagval. Bagval. Just crossed it into the box. Crossed the 6-yard box and there was nobody there, man. That was a wonderful cross. That would have been the easiest tap in. Joy Linton. Yeah. Now this game is now becoming like a basketball match, eh? Now becoming end-to-end stuff. This is Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon. Cleared by Udogi. Very unnecessary, man. He never got a shot from any of his teammates to let that go. So it's a corner to Newcastle. Miley, the box. Away by Udogi. Picked up by Lewis Hall. Watchalong side. Yep, Watchalong was in an offside position. Yeah, it's like today's games are like the Man City gamer, the one that had all the goals. The rest, of the games have just been. Rest of the games have just been closely contested. But at least this one is kind of end to end. Okay, I've not really watched the Bournemouth Everton game, but this is always gonna be an interesting game for either side. Here by Papa Matesa, Olomuani, Papa Matesa. This is Brennan Johnson offside. Come on, man. You're clearly looking across the line. How can you be caught offside from that, man? Yeah. Richarlison about to come on for Tottenham. So is Javi Simon. Is Tiao. Tiao into Bruno G. Anthony Gordon. Can he outrun Poro? I think he can. Anthony Gordon. Voltemade. Guimares. Goal! Goal! 1-0 to Newcastle, man. 1-0 to Newcastle. Bruno G, man. What a wonderful placed finish, man. To the bottom left-hand corner of Vicario's goal. Yeah. The way that ball was delivered into the box, you could clearly see a goal written all over it, man. Gordon, the burst of pace, got away from Bentancur and Pedro Porro. Then Bruno G just placed that ball, man. The far right-hand corner, man. What a shot, man. What a placed shot, man. He opened up his foot. Hey, wonderful finish. Wonderful finish, man. Yay! Finally, the goal has been coming, man. That goal has been coming for Newcastle. That goal has been coming. You cannot in any way deny them that goal, man. It has been coming. It's been all Newcastle, man. It's been all Newcastle. Because I'm looking at the stats right here. They have had 16 shots. Let me see. In terms of stats, let me just check the stats. 16 shots, 5 on target. While Tottenham, 5 shots, 0 on target. It's Tottenham team. You know, watching Tottenham is like watching paint dry, man. Sometimes you even wonder why such a team is in the Premier League. This is gonna be another game in which actually this is like was at halftime. Kolomwani Chiao, well defended by Chiao. You see, at halftime, Tottenham had not even mastered a single shot on target. You can clearly see even right now, they've not even had any shot on target. And that would be like the fifth game in a row where they have failed to get a shot on target in the first half. They couldn't master one against Arsenal, against Fulham, against Chelsea. Also another team that they could not get a shot against. Was it Manchester United? Yes, it was Manchester United. So now Newcastle. So 5 games, they've been unable to get a single shot on target in the first half. Because if there's a team that is performing poorly as far as attacking is concerned, it's Tottenham. Miley, Framento, Tiao, Dan Ban, Joelinton. Now put them to the sword, man. There's a team that is so shambolic, pathetic this season. It's Tottenham. So Javi Simons, Charlison, and Tell about to come on for Spurs. Livramento is Elanga, blocked by Doggy, out for a corner. Yeah, they're still waiting to come on. These guys are still waiting to come on. But of course, they're not gonna come on now because they're actually defending a corner. Rule of thumb is that you never make substitutions while you're defending a corner. You can destabilize your entire defense. Miley into the box, punched away by Vicario, by Livramento to Lewis Hall to Anthony Gordon, cross it, Anthony Gordon to Voltemade, Luis Miley! Wonderful save from Vicario. Held on to it in the second time of asking. Just didn't hit it properly. If he did, then that was actually a second. But I think their second goal is coming. Their second goal is clearly coming. So they have clearly Tottenham team further back, man. Of course, Tottenham, as you know, like I said, watching Tottenham is like watching paint dry. They show absolutely nothing. No kind of attacking intent. Fuck, this is gonna be like is it the fifth game, yeah? Where they have been kept to under 5 shots for the entire game. For the entire game, guys. These guys all can only create like even 2 or 3 shots. All together, both off and on target. And then you still want them to remain in the Premier League. Just come. Either get rid of the manager or just change something. Colomwani has won it back. Colomwani! Well defended from Joe Linton. Well defended by Joe Linton, man. Tottenham. I don't know whether it's the manager, but I think it's the manager. Because this team was actually scoring a lot of goals last season under Ange. Yes, they were conceding as well, but they were actually scoring a lot of goals. But ever since they got Thomas Frank, like Thomas Frank has brought the whole Brentford revisionism to this club. He wants to play. He wants to play the style of football that he used to play at Brentford, not realizing that those two teams are very, very different. The ambition at Brentford is not the same at Tottenham. Tottenham is considered, in quotes, is considered a big six team. I don't think it should be. Kudus, corner cleared by Voltemade. Back with Kudus. Kudus into the box. Cleared again by Voltemade. So I was saying, yeah, Tottenham should not consider themselves a big six team because it was based on trophies. The clay did not have the trophies to back it up. It's based on, in fact, the only trophy they've actually won 2 trophies in over, is it 20 years? Was they only won the Europa League in, was it 2008 or 2009? They won actually 2008, they won the League Cup. Those are the only 2 trophies this century for Spurs. In fact, the last time I think they won the league, was it in the 60s or 70s? Kudus into the box. Goal! Just as I was saying that they are concussed, Tottenham have equalized, man. Tottenham have equalized, guys. It's 1-1. 1-1. What a wonderful diving header from Romero. Wonderful diving header from Romero, man. Wonderful. Even better cross from Kudus, man. Yeah, Romero just wanted it more than Danban. Danban was just watching him, man. He's going with his foot, and Romero is actually attacking that ball with his head. And the balance of play is completely undeserved, Completely undeserved, man. But anyway, supposed to take your chances, man. But I think there's another goal in this game. It's clearly another goal in this game. Another goal is on. Another goal. Another goal is coming, man. This is not ending this way. It's not ending 1-1. I don't think it's going to end 1-1. Somebody's going to get a winner. Yeah, so I was saying, I don't know why Tottenham are labeled at top 6. Maybe it's because in the recent history, now when the whole Big Six conversation came about, they're actually performing, they're actually appearing in the Champions League. They're actually finishing in the top 4, top 5. Elanga, cleared by Poro. So maybe that is how they managed to get that label. But for me, I think they should not. They are just there based on merit. They are not there based on performances. Because if it came to trophies, they don't have any. The recent history for the past 25, 30 years, when you won 2 trophies, then you still consider yourself a top other big six team. Livramento, Voltamade, Luis Hall, blocked. A wonderful touch from Voltemade. Took the ball down well, man. He kept the ball well. Wonderful close control. Wonderful fast touch from Voltemade. Set up Luis Hall. Luis Hall with a shot blocked by that Bentancur. Anyway, it's a corner to Newcastle. It's a corner to Newcastle, man. Let's see what Newcastle can master from this. Gimares into the box. Tiao. Danban. Is that a foul? That's debate. That's no pen. They are given a penalty for that. Dubious. That should not be a pen. Oh, okay. They might have a case because the ball was flicked on by Tiao. Then it went actually to the area that was vacated by Ban. But now Ban was already on the ground because he had been hustled to the ground by he had been muscled to the ground by Bentancur. Yep, it's gonna be a penalty. Referee is going to have a look at it. Yep. Initially I thought that he didn't have a case, but he has a case there. He clearly has a case. Because the ball was flicked on by Tiao, and then it went in the direction of Danban, but Danban was already on the ground because he had been muscled to the ground by Bentancur. And at no point did Bentancur just turn even to look at the ball or what was happening behind him. So this is gonna be a penalty. This is going to be a penalty. He clearly impeded Danban, and Dan would have actually got his head to that header, to that ball, and you'd have actually had the ability to contest that header because the ball was actually coming towards him. Therefore, they're gonna decide. Penalty kick. Told you, penalty kick. Penalty kick! Yay! I told you there's another goal in this game. But let's not count our chickens yet, before they hatch. Told you, it was Bentancur's fault, man. Why are you hanging on to a player? Rather, why are you holding on to a player? And at no point have you looked back to see where the ball is. But sometimes we see now when your back is towards the ball, you don't know what's happening behind you, of course. And if the ball now comes towards you and you're actually holding on to the player, then you're going to be penalized for that. I don't know what you're thinking. This era of VR, guys, whatever you do, you're supposed to be very, very. Well, there are so many cameras. This is not like 10 years ago where you'd actually do that and you'd actually just rely on either the view of the referee or the assistant ref. Anthony Gordon going to take the penalty. Why? You have given it to Voltemade, man. Gordon, man. He's not filling me with confidence. It doesn't look like a clinical penalty finisher. I don't think he is. I'll not be surprised if he misses. But anyway, let's see. Let's wait for it. Let's wait. Let's wait for it. Gordon. Gordon. Goal. Sends the keeper the wrong way, man. Completely sends the keeper the wrong way, man. Wow. At least they have gotten the goal, huh? Fully deserved. Fully deserved. Fully deserved from a Newcastle perspective. Fully deserved, man. The penalty, that was a good call by the referee. It was wonderfully spotted by AR as well. Because clearly, Brendan was holding on to Van. And you see, if maybe he would have noticed that the ball was coming in his direction, he'd have actually let go of him. But all through, he was just holding on to the fence. To me now takes me back to that question that I've always asked each and every time on stream. Why is it that we normally have central defenders being man marked by midfielders? Then at times you see strikers, people who are very good in the air, being marked by maybe one of the shortest players on the pitch. Weird, man. I don't know what tactics these guys they employ. Papesa has been taken off. Achigre has come on. Kudu's also been taken off to be replaced by Odebar. Danso, no foul, man. Get up. Javi Simons into the box. Ball goes beyond Udogi, out for a goal kick. Charlison is claiming that he was pushed. Of course, he'll want to give the referee something to think about, but that was no penalty. But even Implementer has told him, man, surely, my not gonna get a penalty. Thomas Frank, this might actually be his last game in charge of. Might actually be his last game, huh? So these guys are still sleeping further and further down the table, eh? Elanga pulled down by Danso, no foul. Actually, expected the referee to give a foul there. Was Elanga getting to that ball? Elanga is quick enough. He'd have gotten to that ball, I think. Danso is lucky. Eh? This one goes to VAR again. Guy might be walking. But anyway, the referee never gave it, so he continued. He's a lucky boy. He's a lucky boy. Gordon. Gordon crossed into the box, cleared by Richarlison. Smiley. Smiley has actually played well today. Gavi Simon by Doggy. Only means of at the time, feel like 6 or 7. 9 minutes of stoppage time. My goodness. 9 minutes of stoppage time. That's enough time for Tottenham maybe to seek an equalizer. Or even either team even to get 2 goals, man. The way Tottenham play. You know what? For me, I'm more of a realist. Really, realist rather, yeah. So I'm more of the opinion that if you don't play well, man, you cannot be scamming draws and victories like that. Yes, there are days maybe one off, you're gonna scam a draw or a victory. You're not playing well, but it should not be like every time that you're just wanting to scam draws or victories. Poor performances have become like have become your DNA now. It's like every single time you're just playing, performing poorly, poorly, poorly. No, for Spurs for the past 7 or 8 games, I can't remember any game where you can actually say that they have been good. Apart from the first 3 or 4 games of the season, after that they completely fell off. That's what I'm saying. Based on the how this game has unraveled, they do not deserve anything. If they are to score completely against the run of play again, this will also be another robbery or heist of the highest order. Poro corner cleared by Luis Hall. Poro into the box, cleared by Dan Ban. Further cleared by Livramento. It's gonna be a change for Newcastle. Fabian Shea coming on for Louis Miley. Miley has played well today. He's a good kid. A good kid. He's managed to back up his performance against Everton. Even better performance today. That day he got a goal and an assist, but you see on that day, because Everton that particular day Newcastle just pulled a Man City. What we just saw earlier. That day Newcastle had like 5 shots on target, scored with 4 of them. Everton, they played their hearts out. They are just unlucky. It's because Newcastle just took their chances, just as City have done today. So on that particular day, Miley played well, but today you can clearly see that Richarlison goal must scramble Simon. Ay 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 ay. Yeah, wonderful chance created by Tell. Simon. Simon should have buried that. Yeah. So anyhow, I was saying that yeah, Miley has played well today. At least battled well. Ag- Richard. Just gonna be milking everything. You're not gonna be given a penalty for that. Just doing everything in your power. Get oh goal! Man, my friend. Another scam overdraw for Tottenham, man. They scam another goal. Romero again. What an overhead goal, man. Ay, ay, ay. Wonderful goal, man. Wonderful goal. He attempted the overhead kick. The ball just shuttled slowly into the back of the net. I don't know what Ramsdale was diving for. I almost thought that he'd get the ball, but he didn't get it. It's a poor goalkeeping from Ramsdale. I blame Ramsdale for that. Honestly, blame Ramsdale. The awareness, man. Dan Ban was also in front of it. Tiao, the ball also went past him. Ay, ay. 4 goals in the second half. Oltemade. Romero is now on a hat trick. Romero is on a hat trick. Um, so Tottenham is just a gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, they just know how to scam results. Eh? Romero had no business attempting a bicycle kick or an overhead kick inside the box. Like Tiao just let the ball go past him. Ramsdale jumping late. Clearly, I did not predict this result. I thought Newcastle had done enough to get a victory. Uh, Mentor is Tiao. Wonderful turn by Tiao. Cleared by Danso. Back with a Dan Ban. Ball with the up and over. Settled by Romero. Up by Shea. Guimarães. His Hall. Gordon's not gonna. 2 more minutes, man. For either side to get a winner. Castle managed to win it from here. Langa. Ramento. A mess of that. Huh? They honestly made a mess of that. I think Newcastle are done, man. Don't see them getting a winner in this game. Game's over for them. Spurs has been so poor, man, in this game. But how they managed to score 2 goals. Well, it's definitely a good point for Spurs. So the way they have played, but you can't keep up such performances for long. Eventually, the luck is going to run out. Thomas Frank, any maybe it's just a case of delaying the inevitable. They know that not gonna be at the helm of Tottenham for long. Maybe that's why these performances are not sustainable. By Tel, Dachi Gray, Doggy. Come on. Cross it in the box, man. Javi Simon is Udogi. Udogi. Oh, cleared by Share. Hey, Newcastle look shaky at the back. Eh? It's a last chance for either side. Eh? It's a last minute corner for Tottenham. Score from this. Let's see if they score from this. Raporo into the box. By Ramsdale. Game over. Uh, game over. Game over. Spurs just calmed a draw in that game. Eh? Can't really tell me that they played anything whatsoever, anything at all in that game. They were just lucky. They were just lucky. I don't know why Romero is having a go at Joel Linton. Eh? Anyway, both players are like that. They're always very petulant. So not beyond them for the two of them to be having a go at each other. Surely. Castle, man. Castle should have done a whole lot better with that. They missed chances in the first half. The second half for Barnes. Feels this game was ripe, very, very ripe for them to actually get the victory. But they have been unable to get the victory. I feel deflated, man. For them, I feel deflated. For Spurs. I feel deflated for them, man. Played so well, man. They peppered this Tottenham team, but somehow, because of poor finishing from Barnes and Murphy, they are unable to get the goals. Just like that, they have lost a chance to go into the top half of the table. In fact, if they had have won that game, they would have moved into ninth position ahead of Crystal Palace. But now, this is actually 2 points drop. For Spurs, it's actually a point gained because based on how they have played today, how they have been playing in recent games, shambolic. In fact, I think in the past 5 games, Tottenham and Wolves are the only teams that have not won a game. Because Tottenham, the past 5 games, got 3 losses and 2 draws. While for Wolves, they have got 5 losses. So, in terms of form, Tottenham are currently sitting second last. Last 5 matches, yeah, clearly. Oh yeah, and Bournemouth as well. Yeah, so Tottenham, Bournemouth, and Wolves have had a very poor run of form in the past 5 games, including the ones that have been played today. But Wolves, of course, don't know that they'll be able to turn their fortunes tomorrow because they play Nottingham Forest. You play Forest. So anyway, don't worry, guys. Don't know. Don't be alarmed as to why. Don't. What do you want? Don't be alarmed or worried if you see me a little bit subdued. Just that I feel sorry for them. I honestly feel sorry for Newcastle. But that is how Newcastle are, man. That is the tale of Newcastle, man. Always playing beautifully. Somehow, they always unable to finish their dinner. Tottenham do play. I mean, Newcastle do play, man. Hustle and bustle, but eventually doesn't really pay off. Because also the the attack is not so good because Voltamade is good, but you can't really say he's a world. Elanga, still average. Gordon, average as well. So the only thing missing from Newcastle is a decent attack because they have the midfield that can able to compete against anybody in Europe, especially that midfield pairing of Tonali, Bruno G, Joe Linton. That midfield three. There's ever a midfield three that is built for toughness and fight and vigor. It's that mid. But unfortunately, the attack lets them down, man. You can't really say that it's the defense that let them down because it's actually the attack because Harvey Barnes who are finishing, Jacob Murphy, and also right at the end, that Romero equalizer. It have been cleared by Tao, but Tao just looked at the ball. It went past him. Ramsdale diving too late. The ball just rolls over into the back of them, just like that. So it's quite unfortunate for Tottenham, rather for Newcastle. Because let me just look at the stats. Let's look at the stats. Because they have dominated the stats on every metric. In terms of XG, man, 1.96 to Tottenham 0.79. Total shots 19. Tottenham's 8. Shots on target 7. Tottenham's 2. In fact, Tottenham have scored with their only 2 shots on target. That's what I kept on telling you. Scamming victories or draws, just like that. Big chances. Yes, the Tottenham goals have definitely been big chances. It's a huge point for them. It's a huge point. But anyway, like I said, this type of play is not in any way sustainable. And eventually, your luck does run out. So, Thomas Frank, enjoy it while it lasts. Because trust me, I don't expect you to keep this up for. Eventually, your luck is gonna run out. Gonna run into a period of games where the the crowd or the performances are gonna now start, rather now the results are gonna start matching the performances. Because see, the thing I've always said is, whenever you are scamming draws or eventually the luck does run out, and now the results now catch up with the performance. Best example, case study this season, Liverpool. Liverpool, the first 5 games, 5 wins out of 5, but the performances are shambolic. In fact, in large periods of the game, they are being dominated by the opposition. But somehow they'd manage to get a goal or a victory in those games. And just like that, people would think that they're actually playing well because at least they've gotten the result. But eventually, the performances now started translating into the results. Then they started losing games. At some point, they'd even lost like 4 in a row. Right now, if they had not beaten West Ham just the other day, they would have had a run of like 10 losses in 13 games. So they're actually on a run of 9 losses in 12. So that's why I said at the end of the day, if you keep performing poorly, but you're getting the results, eventually the results are gonna match the performances. The form is gonna dip. And now when the form dips, my friend, you're done for. But anyway, it's unfortunate that Spurs are able to scam and able to get draws, especially when they're not playing well. Remember in the United game, they also did not play well at all. But somehow they were actually leading 2-1. But actually, that game, in fact, it was ever a dead game. It was the United Spurs game. Such a dead game. Neither team, in fact, both teams deserve to lose. If it was possible for both teams to lose on that day, yes, both teams deserve to lose on that. But anyway, Tottenham do move on. So where do they actually stay? So Tottenham remain in 11th position, record of 5 wins, 4 draws, and 5 defeats. Their next game is against Brentford at home. That's gonna be Brentford are gonna be too much for them. But you see, like I said, Tottenham's away form is good. It's decent. In fact, they have is it the third best? Actually, they have the best away record in the league because they have a record of 4 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat away from home. And now, when it comes to home form, they're actually in 19th position, 1 win, 2 draws, and 4 defeats. In fact, what's funny is their records are completely actually their record is almost their away record is an exact mirror of their home record. Because at home they have actually won 1 game, drawn 2, lost 4. And now away from home they have won 4, drawn 2, lost 1. So it's like complete inverse, man. That's why I said some of these things they are not sustainable. Eventually these things do even out, and you might think that you're gonna scam your way to either European sport playing like this, but it doesn't really work. Eventually, your luck runs out. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being part of the watch along. Started out at around some minutes, almost half past 10, the Man City game that ended. It was actually a Premier League classic, yeah. 4-5-4 victory for Man City. But for me, I'd actually say it's more of a tale of a poor performance from Man City because at some point they were actually leading 5-1, but somehow Fulham managed to peg them back to 5-4, but they were unable to complete their comeback. So, but they pushed them all the way. They pushed them all the way. And I kept on saying in that stream, other than that watch along, I don't think Fulham were not playing poorly at all. It's just that Man City took their chances. Man City had 5 shots on target. that resulted in 5 goals. So that is what you call 100% efficiency. It is also not so. So, yeah, so that was the tale of that game. Foden with a brace, another goal from Reinders. Haaland eventually getting getting to 100 league goals. Then the fifth goal was scored by Doku. Fulham, Chukwueze had to come off the bench to score a brace. The other one was scored by Wobby. Or the other, or Smith Rowe. Yeah, so anyway, and for this one that we just finished watching, Newcastle, Tottenham, the last goals have actually come in the last 15 minutes. From around the 70th, 75th minute, that's when the goals have been scored. So, anyway, that was the game that we are covering today. Bournemouth, very poor performance against Everton, eventually losing out 1-0. Everton dominated that game from start to finish. Yeah, Bournemouth are just happy to keep the ball, but the better chances fell to Everton. Which is weird because Everton, the other game, Saturday, they actually thrashed by Newcastle 4-1. Really, this Everton team, it has the vigor, it has the endeavor, it has the desire, but sometimes just that they're normally let down by poor finish. So those are the games that happened today, guys. So tomorrow, you remember that you're going to be covering other games. I'm going to be kicking off right around the same time as today's games. Going to start off with Arsenal versus Brentford. And then right around the same time, we're going to have Brighton versus Aston Villa, Burnley versus Crystal Palace, Wolves versus Forest. And then later on, from around 23:15, that is 11:15, we're going to have Leeds versus Chelsea. Of course, Liverpool versus Sunderland. So, some very interesting games lined up for tomorrow, guys. Very, very interesting game. As always, we're going to be here to cover all those games and see what's going to happen and how things are going to unravel tomorrow. So, currently, as far as the table is concerned, City have actually closed the gap to 2 points. Actually played a game more. So, anyway, let's see whether Arsenal will be able to restore their cushion over the likes of City and Chelsea. Managed to get a victory against Brentford. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being part of the watch along. As always, you know the wonderful stuff that you normally do. If it's your first time here on the channel, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel rather for more such content. Yeah, and of course, if you're gonna watch this right after the stream has ended, make sure that you like it and you share. And if you're not subscribed, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for more of such content. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being part of this. As always, if you're gonna also see this after it has ended and you're a returning subscriber, support the channel by liking the video. It's been your boy right here, Vinskey Valor. Personally, I enjoyed myself covering those games. At least for tomorrow, be able to see how things go. But for tomorrow, at least I've seen a Premier League classic, and at least let's hope that tomorrow is gonna follow suit as. Okay. But anyway, till tomorrow, guys. See you wherever it is you are tuning in from. Have a good evening. Peace.